Greetings, Helldivers, and welcome back to Episode 4 of R.A.S.H Tactics. In today's episode, we'll be covering the 3 objectives that you can see on your map when you are picking your landing location at the start of a mission, those objectives being the pirate broadcast, the research station, and the data upload pod, or as I like to call them, the 3 easiest objectives in the entire game. Seriously, you couldn't get these ones wrong even if you tried. So, let's start with disrupting the pirate broadcast. With this objective being marked on the map, finding it will be nice and easy. In order to avoid having your map open all of the time, if you highlight the objective and then ping it, it will appear on the compass at the top of your screen. These pings will remain highlighted on the compass until the objective is completed. Once you approach the location of the objective, you'll notice that it looks very similar to a lot of the compounds that you've done on previous missions and objectives. So it'll basically just be a ring of buildings with some chain link fencing. It may even have some ammo piles and some samples scattered around, but it will also feature a semi-tall tower with 3 TV screens wrapped around the top. And in order to complete the objective, all you really have to do is either use a stratagem to blow it up, or you can use anything like explosive weaponry or impact grenades, eagle airstrikes, anything like that will take it down very quickly. Now, I have heard that there is a panel somewhere within the compound that you can activate with a code that will shut down the pirate broadcast manually. If you'd rather save the grenades and the ammo and the cooldowns, you could do it that way, but in all honesty, in the hundreds of missions that I've done and the amount of times I've done this particular objective, I've never once seen or done or used that panel in any way. Okay, 90% of the time I will just do a drive-by on it with a rocket launcher or an eagle airstrike, something with a short cooldown that's easy to replace, and the objective's just done and dusted. Heck, you can even snipe it from a mile away with a good shot with the rocket launcher. If you're using the recoilless rifle, it does have a little bit of, I was going to say bullet drop, but I suppose you'd call it rocket drop. So aim a little bit above the 3 screens and that should take it down as well. So like the sports viewer, you can take this one out from across the map. Next is the research station, or as I like to call it, the bunker worthy of Armageddon. Seriously, this building can withstand anything short of a hell bomb. It's that tough. So with this research station, it's located in another human compound, so very similar to the pirate broadcast, except with the standard kind of blue and white rectangular buildings, you'll notice it also has this kind of dark grey rectangular building with a radar dish on the top of it. Sometimes it'll have a small tower next to it. That is the research building you're looking at blowing up. When you get close enough to the objective, your stratagem list will update with the hell bomb option, and then all you have to do is call one down, activate the panel, run like hell for 20 seconds, and then it's done. It's done and dusted. Seriously, don't make the same mistake I did the first time I encountered this and waste about 10 minutes of the mission blowing it up with everything, only to realise that the hell bomb was available, because yes, that is exactly what I did the first time I saw one of these. Finally, we have the data upload pod, which I would definitely say is the easiest objective in the entire game. Seriously, it's even easier than the pirate broadcast or the sports viewer, which you can snipe from a mile away. It's even easier than that. Spotting this one is nice and simple. As soon as you approach the objective marker on the map, keep your eyes peeled for a grey cylindrical object sticking out of the ground, which will be the data pod. As soon as you approach the pod, your stratagem list will update with the data upload stratagem, which is only 4 button presses, and then about a 30 to 60 second wait whilst the data uploads, and then the objective's complete. It really is that simple. It's 200 requisition for the cause. Now, there is one thing I would like to add about this objective, and I really hope you all aren't going to report me to my democracy officer for this, but if you read the objective text at the top right of your screen, it will say that whilst you are uploading the data, you need to protect or defend the player who is uploading it. And yet, in the hundreds of missions I've done on this game since starting it, I've never once seen a player get attacked. Even when I've done it solo on my own, I've never once been attacked whilst uploading that pod. The only time I've ever seen combat around that particular objective is if we've pulled a patrol nearby, or I've kind of made my way over after being attacked and there's still a few stragglers coming over, but I've never seen any kind of bug hole or dropship or anything like that happen whilst uploading the data itself. So, fingers crossed I haven't alerted the devs to a potentially broken mechanic for that one. And that is it for this episode of R.A.S.H Tactics. I hope you've all enjoyed. In our next episode, we're going to be covering the remaining Automaton side objectives that we didn't cover in the previous episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.